Hello, today I'm going to be talking about something that happened to me today in technology. I am very current on all my operating systems. I'm currently running the newest build of Snow Leopard on my Macintosh computer, which is my primary system. And on Windows systems, I'm running Windows 7 on all systems. And then I have one system kicking around that's got a tri-boot going with Windows 7, XP, and Vista, just for testing purposes. So most systems are running the newest operating system that I can get on them. Of course, I still got a few Tiger machines kicking around for Mac OS or Mac systems, and I think I even got a Panther system kicking around. But in most respects, I upgrade the system to the highest operating system it can run, which I do enjoy doing. Just because I do enjoy the compatibility that comes with that. If all computers are running on the same operating system, I find they have less problems incorporating them into the network and working with them together, like sharing files back and forth, etc. kind of thing. So today, I was upgrading. When I upgrade my systems, I tend to upgrade them at once. I don't like to upgrade one, upgrade another kind of thing. Basically, how it starts for my upgrade process is I first install it in a virtual machine on my MacBook. I run the operating system, see how it runs, and see if the build of this operating system is basically going to do what I need it to. I have skipped builds on Windows 7. I don't skip operating systems, but I do skip builds on Windows 7 just because it was unstable. But the current build ran fine in the virtual machine. I used it for a couple hours just doing basic tasks. It seemed to work. All software that I would basically install in the system seemed to work. So I was ready to do my bulk upgrade today, and it's kind of a big thing. I tend to upgrade. The way these builds are being released, I haven't been able to keep up with them as much as I wish I could. But I tend to upgrade twice a month now with these builds. Very frustrating. But I like to keep current. I like to see the technology. I really like to implement the technology. I don't like just seeing it, using it for 2 hours, and getting bored of it and going back to a system. I do like to use the technology. I like to utilize it. So I tend to install it on all my systems. I do have quite a few systems that I installed on. Today was my bulk upgrade. I started with a desktop system that was having trouble in Windows Vista previously. It was running the release candidate of Windows 7, and it was time for it to be upgraded. Actually, it was running a few builds after the release candidate, I think. So it was time for the upgrade for that. So I did it first. No problems. Not really any problems to mention, kind of thing. I did have a false error on the first time around, just saying that I had insufficient memory on the hard drive. It's a small glitch, happens once in a while. So I did a quick restart, did a wipe the hard drive a second time, and it seemed to go through fine. Next computer I did was my favorite, my Spire 1, which right now is working on a tri-boot with OS 10, Linux Backtrack, and Windows 7. So it got upgraded next. No problems whatsoever. That Aspire 1 is one great computer for operating systems. It can run any operating system I know. It runs amazing. So next system was my HP laptop. It did the upgrade. It had a few errors. It wouldn't find its sound driver, but it had the same problem with Vista in all previous builds. Luckily enough, I keep the sound driver on a little USB key. Or no, I keep it on an external hard drive. I threw it on a USB key, installed it, and didn't have any problems with that. And then I installed it on my boot camp partition on this MacBook. Now I had one more computer I had to install it on. This system is just upstairs. It's for basic use kind of thing. It's for checking email, just basic stuff, watching a few videos on it. It's nothing fancy. It's just an Acer desktop system. I think it's Acer. So many systems in this house, I don't even know. But it has generic hardware in it, nothing really fancy. I think it's got an AMD Athlon processor in it, a gig of RAM, half decent graphics card. I think it's 128 megabytes of integrated graphics memory. Nothing real special in the system. I was going to upgrade the system. Didn't install first time through. Or was about to do my install the first time through. It wouldn't boot off the disk. So I'm pretty calm when it comes to computer problems in most cases. Unless I have a recurring problem, then I tend to, get my back up about it. So I sat back for a second. I thought, well, why would it boot off this disk? Put it in again, restart the system. Still would not boot off this disk. And it was just weird. So I sit back and think, okay, why would it boot off the disk? My second idea, which is probably the same as most, I went and got my external drive, hooked it up to the system, tried to boot off the disk. It would not boot off the disk. It had a really weird error, and it wasn't that it showed me an error, but it just continued on. I checked the BIOS, of course. I checked to make sure the boot order was right. I checked, every little tiny, setting that I could ever switch that would make it not be able to boot off the disk, and nothing. But it was just such a weird problem. I couldn't figure out what it was. I tried updating the BIOS, which was overdue. I should have updated a long time ago. Didn't, and it still wouldn't boot off the disk. Eventually, what I got it working with was booting it off of a USB stick that I had formatted and got that working. But that was the only way I could get it boot off. That was a little weird error that I had. It was a bit frustrating just because, I'm doing a bulk upgrade. I want to get it done in a day kind of thing. I have quite a few systems. Takes me a bit. I was going to do, I use Ghostcast a lot. I was going to do an image and just kind of throw it on those systems, but to get all the drivers right, it wasn't worth it. So I ended up doing installs on all the systems. So it took a bit, but the end of the story is basically this. Windows 7 was giving me a few errors, which, XP gives me errors, Vista's giving me errors. I've done so many installs at this point that you're bound to see errors in the operating system. I probably installed about 10 times today. And you know what? Windows 7 is performing great. At this point in time, it's performing to the point where I think a beta operating system should perform. You really can't expect too much from an operating system that is in beta, just because, it's not done yet. That's like, you can't, go eat cake batter and expect it to taste real good. The cake is not done, kind of thing. You really got to give Windows 7 a break at this point until it's released. When it's released, I'm gonna, I'll be of course run out there, buy my copy. I'll probably buy Ultimate. I'll probably buy more than one. When I upgrade to Windows 7, it'll probably be in stages, just because the operating system itself costs quite a bit amount of money. So I will, I won't do bulk upgrade for sure. Probably they'll stay on the beta for a bit until I can, or not on the beta, but the release candidate or the newest build I can get my hands on. But it runs great. But I will, when I get my copy of it, I will sit down and do a serious review of it and tell you exactly what I think about it. But at this point, Windows 7 performs pretty good. And it performs very, very good for an operating system that's in beta, that's not released yet. It runs very, very well. And I think Microsoft really is taking the time to make sure this operating system is at its best. And that's something they should have done with Vista, and that's something they should have done in previous builds. Windows XP, they obviously did, because they took the time to make it look right. It wasn't a rushed thing. Well, in some respects it was, because they didn't quite prepare when they were switching over to new technology, but it seemed to be a better operating system than, say, Vista or Windows Millennium, for that matter, was. But they really took the time to put the polish on this operating system. And I'll be very, very proud to run this operating system on my computer system. It will not be my main operating system. It never will be. Just because I do prefer the Mac OS operating system, just because I find it easier for what I do. But of course, I'll reserve a bootcamp partition. I'll be happy to use it. So if you have any questions for me, feel free to email me at thezrtech@gmail.com or reply in the comment section below. I'd be happy to hear any comments or questions you would have for me. If you do enjoy watching these videos, please hit the little subscribe button there, and you'll get notifications when I do upload new videos. I try to upload as many videos as I can, but unfortunately I kind of have to upload them in bulk just because I make a lot of them. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you really enjoy this video, and give me a few stars for my trouble. Thank you very much.